G'day ladies and gentlemen. Since the invention of the internet, we've been exposed to some amazing things we thought we'd never see. And unfortunately, along with that comes people we never wanted to see. And that brings me to this video. Let's enjoy this beautiful compilation of people who think they're better than you, more progressive than you, and just downright the biggest wankers to walk the earth. Enjoy this month's rendition of woke TikToks. Oh, and by the way, I'm on tour in Australia and America right now. Go and grab your tickets at isaacbutterfield.com.
Why not just take your child's assigned sex at birth and assume that will be their gender, and then just let them know if it's not, you'll support them when they come out?
Okay, so this person's read out a question that someone's obviously raised with them in the past. Why not just say, hey, my child was born with a penis or a vagina, they're a boy or they're a girl, and then raise them, and then if they want to change their gender later on, support them through that. Now that seems just a bit too logical for me, because you know what? I know I make videos about trans people and I question things that perhaps is the trans narrative, if you will. If my son or my daughter grew up and then decided as an adult that they wanted to be a different gender, then I would support them. If they grew up and they were gay, I would support them. If they grew up and they wanted to be a cyclist, which is, actually quite horrifying, I might support them. My point is, allowing a child to grow up without confusion is the best way to be a parent. Is that insane that I'm saying that? Surely not. Surely not. But anyway, I'm imagining that this person's going to disagree with that way of thinking.
This is a question I get asked a lot. And for those who are new to this channel, I practice gender-neutral parenting, which means I'm using they, them.
Which means you're confusing your children. All right? In the same way that if they grew up and you told them every day, hey, you can be a puppy if you want to. You can be a puppy, you can be a puppy. They're going to turn up at school and think they're a puppy. You're going to confuse them, mate.
Pronouns for my infant until they're old enough to let me know what pronouns they want to use. And generally try to use gender-neutral language and let them wear and play with and do whatever feels right to them.
Hey, let them wear and play with whatever they want. Just don't force it on them. Before we go any further, you're not going to believe what game I love to play. It's a game that has 4 million users, 250 million downloads, 800 plus champions, 16 factions, 1 million plus builds, and 30 plus bases. I'm talking a game with constant monthly updates. You can use it cross-platform. You can play it anywhere. You can play with your friends, your families. You can build your own clan. I'm talking about Raid Shadow Legends. Now, people think Raid Shadow Legends, it's a stupid game. It's a meme. Everyone hates it. No. Wrong, wrong, wrong. Let's address this right now and let's change everyone's mind. And don't get me wrong, I used to think it as well. I used to think it was this boring game that no one cares about and just YouTubers talked about. Until I gave it a little chance. Now I'm hooked and I've uncovered some mind-blowing features that prove it's anything but generic. Get ready to have your dirty little perception shattered as I give you my take, my honest opinion on what makes Raid such a fantastic game. Here's 3 quick misconceptions about Raid. Number 1, you have to play to win. No, free to play. Free to play. Okay, so play on. Number 2, some people think it's a time grinder. There's auto battle. You can auto battle, so just battle autoly, obviously. It's a great feature that saves you heaps of time. And number 3, they think there's no depth. There's plenty of depth to this story. It's a great storyline. It's fantastic. You're going to love it. If you haven't started playing yet, what are you waiting for? Click my link in the description or scan this QR code to get insane bonuses only available via my link. And it doesn't stop there. You'll immediately get a huge starter pack with an epic champion, Targor from the Orc faction. On top of that, you'll get an extra starter pack when you reach level 15. That includes the epic champion, Tyrell from the High Elves faction. Ooh. Don't forget, all these champions are available after downloading via my custom link or the QR code only. And just to freak you all out, after you do that, after you download the game, use the code Monkey King to get a free legendary Sung Wukong a Monkey King. For a limited time only, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you redeem this before the 31st of July. And ladies and gents, don't forget about the Ninja Champion. Super limited edition. So how do you get him? Download Raid right now or use the QR code immediately that's on the screen. Then enter the promo code right here, Ninja Returns. Existing players can also get a Ninja pack in the in-game shop up until August 20. Then log in for 5 days and Ninja will be yours. And ladies and gents, lastly, you can also win a handheld gaming console, a drone, or a projector. Download Raid right now and register using my link or QR code right now. Go to wefinallyplayed.plarium.com and enter your Raid player ID. Then record yourself playing the game, upload the video to the events website with the Plarium filters and hashtag, and the top 12 submissions are gonna win a handheld gaming console, a drone, a VR headset, and Amazon gift cards worth up to $2,000. How good? Now, come find me under this name right here, the Buttsman. Come and join my clan. It's a great place to be. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Raid Shadow Legends. Now, back to the video.
My child is 5 months old right now, so what
Jeez, that's young to do this
feels
shit.
right to them is mostly putting their own toes in their mouth.
Fair point. All right, none of this shit matters at 5 months, but in the next few months, in the next 12 months, this is where you're going to really form their brain into a brain of confusion.
But yeah, we definitely considered raising River as their assigned sex at birth. But we didn't decide to do that for a number of reasons. For one thing,
River's a terrible name, by the way.
somebody's assigned sex may not actually fit into the binary that people are often used to.
And when they're an adult, they can choose whatever the fuck they want. God, why do this to children? Being a kid, being a teenager is tough enough. Don't just fucking throw this shit at them.
Right? Like, intersex people exist.
Of course they do, but your child isn't intersex, are they? They were born with one. You were going to raise them one way because they were born with one set of genitals, not two.
But also, we talked to other people who raised children gender
in
neutral.
your echo chamber.
We took some classes, we did some thinking about it, and we decided
Who is running these classes?
the best way to let our
Could you
child
imagine
just
these people that are running these classes?
be a child was to practice gender neutral parenting.
No, that's not. That's indoctrinating them into a way of thinking. That's not allowing them to grow up how they want to grow up.
Because even if you do a great job encouraging a child to explore their gender identity,
Even if you do a great job forcing your children to follow your politics, I think that's what you meant to say there.
what it's going to be sets them up into a very awkward dynamic where they need to be the ones to realize something doesn't fit, figure out what it means, put it into words.
Let kids be kids. Fuck, I hate this shit. As a dad now, it really does shit me that this is a way of thinking. Like, just let your kids have fun. Let them run around, let them be stupid.
These days, a lot of people realize you really can't assume you're going to have a heterosexual child.
Who cares? That's got nothing to do with raising a child. Just let them be a child. Who they want to have sexual relationships with in 18 years doesn't matter. Deal with it then, or don't deal with it. They're an adult. Deal with it then. Obviously, people don't just have their first sexual experience when they're 18, like they do it younger and whatever. My point is, let them figure that shit out. Why are you involved in that at all?
And in fact, thinking about your child's future sexuality is kind of a weird thing.
Thank you.
Instead, you try to let your kid be a kid and let them know you'll love them no matter what.
You're not doing that.
And then when they're old enough to figure out who they love and what that looks like, if they love anyone, then they can come to you and you can talk about it and you can have an age-appropriate conversation.
Hang on, you're going against what you've said. This is fucking bananas.
We are putting that same kind of practice in, but around gender. And people might point out, well, it's way more likely your kid will be queer than it would be for them to be trans.
Who even thinks about this shit? You said you got a 5-month-old. I've got a 15-month-old. The only thing we've thought about over the last 15 months is having that little dude healthy, all right? And playing and having fun and going out and walking in the mud and bringing sand in the house and trying not to fucking stick his hands in his shit, which he tries to do at the moment when you're changing his diaper or his nappy, wherever you're from in the world, all right? And Atticus, if you're watching this in the future, it's very annoying. Keep your hands away from it. It's gross. Anyway, moving on. Fuck the patriarchy. Interesting. This is Taylor Swift singing Fuck the Patriarchy. Now, This is a big crowd of people. A lot of young girls love Taylor Swift. A lot of older women like Taylor Swift too. And don't get me wrong, she's got some catchy songs. But I think the likelihood of you being an overweight, sad, 30-year-old woman really increases if you like Taylor Swift. Just saying. Why would Taylor Swift say fuck the patriarchy? You're a billionaire. You're the most famous woman alive. You have all of the money. No one's holding you down, babe. You're gonna be all right.
We are going to do an ethnography on people who eat at Tate, the most basic.
Okay. This is from Libs of TikTok. Pro-Palestine TikToker harasses random people eating lunch in a restaurant in DC in an unhinged video. He then calls them mediocre white people and says not to eat at this establishment because it's owned by devilish white people. Let's have a look.
Basic Israeli establishment in DC. Here we have some mediocre white people to start the day off.
That's very racist.
More mediocre white people.
Also racist. Imagine just replacing the color there in that sentence.
More mediocre white people. Thank you for the smile, sir. There, a chubby mediocre white man. Hi.
And fat shaming.
Man, can we ask you your stance on Palestine? Any stance, man? No stance? No stances?
I wouldn't be able to help myself here. I'd have to fucking say something that would get me immediately cancelled.
No? Just what do you have for brunch?
Fucking leave people alone. What are you doing about Palestine? Are you going over there to help? No, you're just being a fucking nuisance. Shut your mouth. How about that? How about you shut the fuck up?
Guys, look at this white man here. Sir, do you have a stance on Palestine? Sir, I say sir.
Fuck off, mate. How about that? What a cockhead.
The first trans woman to have a successful uterus transplant, ovaries and eggs included.
Yeah, see, you're getting a uterus transplant, meaning you want to have a baby?
And I want to be the first trans woman to have an abortion.
I've said it before, I'll say it again. My thoughts on abortion, I think it's important. I think for some women, they don't want to have a baby and they shouldn't be forced to have a baby just because they have sex. But it should be well before 10 weeks, before that fetus is viable. And it is a fetus, it is a human life. But on top of that, you shouldn't be celebrating it. Why are you celebrating it? That's fucking weird, mate. And as for you, you want to be the first trans woman to have an abortion? What a weird goal. My goals in life, I want to be a very successful comedian. I want to travel the world and sell out theatres. And I want to have a beautiful time with my family whilst I travel. I want them to be healthy and happy and loved. You want to get an abortion? What a weird fucking goal.
This is one of those things that once you see it, you can't unsee it. But basically, the animals that show up on Clothes for Boys and Clothes for Girls are completely different.
Okay, let me guess. The boys' clothes have the mean animals and the girls' clothes have the lovely animals and the nice and the cute animals. And that means that men will always be over the top of women. The patriarchy continues.
For boys, the top animals that you're likely to find are sharks, the T-Rex, and wolves. Mm-hmm. And for girls, it's rabbits and llamas. And then sort of little animals like guinea pigs. And the key thing about these is that what you'll see on boys' clothes is predators, and what you see on girls' clothes is prey.
No, what you'll see on girls' clothes are cute little bunnies and lovely little creatures, and on boys' clothes you'll see a big fucking T-Rex with giant teeth. My 15-month-old had never seen a dinosaur before until we were at Kmart recently and he saw a big scary T-Rex thing and he went over and laughed at it and started playing with it, all right? Never seen dinosaurs, never seen a big scary T-Rex, but he loved it. He was so excited. Some girls like T-Rexes too, and that's fucking fine. But do you really think that this is some sort of evil cabal of the patriarchy trying to indoctrinate these children into the belief that young boys have to be the predators? No, it's just because they like different things to girls and there's nothing wrong with that.
The paparazzi really are everywhere.
What's this, Queer Planet?
Everything you were taught as a kid is wrong.
You make me wanna dance. Gay penguins. Bisexual lions.
Shit.
Sex-changing clownfish.
Ooh.
This is a queer planet.
Gay waterfall.
Queerness has always existed. It's only in humans that we have such a stigma about it.
The idea of just having two fixed sexes is clearly out of style.
Okay. So animals have gay sex. Cool.
Mother Nature is pretty open-minded. Sex is not just for reproduction.
Just want to point out that some of these animals eat their own young. You know, that's fine that they have sex with the same sex. That's fine. I think it's fine with humans too. Good fucking on you. But why are you comparing this? What are you doing? Why is this a thing? Should we then have what they also do? Like bears. There was a story about a lady who had a period in the woods, slept in a tent. She woke up with a bear eating her vagina. Not eating like sexually, no, eating her alive through her bleeding vag. That's the wilderness. That's nature. Okay? Now you might want to say, hey, everyone's queer out there in nature and it's completely fine to do it in the human race. And it is, it's great, wonderful, queer up, good fucking on you. But just remember that nature isn't always a great way to set your morals. I got a period as a trans woman. If you have had your penis removed and you've had a vagina made, a fake hole, and it's bleeding, you should see someone about that. That sounds like a complication. Maybe you've got an infection. Don't celebrate it. Get off TikTok now. Daily reminder not to marry a liberal woman. What is this? Oh, it's an anti-Trump rally. So they've got waving Trump flags and these liberal women are coming up. Wow. This looks like an audition for The Walking Dead. Fuck. These are the people voting for Joe Biden, by the way. Just putting that out there. Ooh. You got a lot of hair there, lady. But also, I mean, obviously it'd be, you know what? I'm going to be polite. That's the most attractive thing that I've ever seen. Vote for Joe Biden. Okay, fuck you. That's enough. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, why don't you subscribe? Be a good motherfucker. Peace in the Middle East. Me dick stinks. Come and see me live all over the world. And I'll see you very soon. Toodaloo, au revoir. Bye-bye.